On Mars, the smallest grain of sand can become a bullet or a lock breaker.
We are switching to the backup node. We can't risk breaking the primary lever.
Every second out here is another minute of damage to our life support suits.
The electronics are fried. We have to do this the hard way. Manual override.
Base AI, this is Maya. The gust exceeded parameters, but the anchor held firm. Proceeding with EVA.
If we can jump the power, the motors might override the friction of the sand. Watch the arc. In this thin atmosphere, the electricity behaves much differently. It is a mess inside. The dust has bypassed the outer filters entirely.
The outer door isn't sealing. We can't repressurize the chamber like this.
We can't stay in the airlock. We are becoming trapped in a pressureless box.
This is Tashkent.
Maya, copy? You need to see this discovery. The subsurface grains are significantly larger down here.
If we move the entry node here, we would never have a jam again.
We need a protected corridor. A clean path to the door is our only way in.
I am moving the thermal shield. We will use it to block the airlock's intake.
The wind is diverted. Now we have a chance to clear the tracks.
This lubricant should prevent the sand from binding the metal surfaces.
We are low on power. This is our last chance to get inside.
Lock is engaged. Starting the airfill.
We made it inside.
The airlock is full of dust. We will need a deep clean once we're inside.
We can't track that perchlorate-heavy dust into the living quarters.
This isn't just sand, it is like microscopic shards of glass.
We found a natural solution. This wind gap is our future gateway.
We are going back out. We have to secure that corridor before the storm peaks.
The storm is worse now. Visibility is less than 3 meters.
These rocks will be the foundation of our clean entry zone.
We are building a dust trap. The grit will hit this mesh and fall to the ground. This is it. A clean pocket in the middle of a global storm.
Why is it cleaner here? The two rocks act like a nozzle, speeding up the wind to blow dust away.
Sophia, look at this. Just meters away from the storm, and my visor is staying clear.
The terrain is bending the wind. It's creating a dust shadow where mechanical parts can survive.
If the doorway is inside this shadow, the airlock will never jam again.
Can we build our home to work with the wind instead of fighting it?
We are turning a discovery into infrastructure. This is how we survive Mars.
The storm is at its peak. This is a high-risk deployment.
The first layer of our clean entry zone is up. It's a wall against the red tide.
We're losing equipment.
The wind is vacuuming anything not bolted down.
The abrasion is permanent. We are literally losing our vision out here.
The wind is turning. Our shadow node is about to disappear.
Abandon the heavy gear. We need to reach the airlock before we're buried.
If the metal expands, it might crush the sand grains and clear the path.
We barely made it. One more minute and that hinge would have been fused solid. We survived, but the base is under siege. We need a better plan for the morning.
The wind isn't random, it's a cycle. Our shadow node only works half the time.
The seals are holding for now, but the dust is trying to breathe with us. Sol 214. The storm has highlighted our greatest weakness.
It's not the cold, it's the dust.
The storm is over. Now we see what's left of our bridge to the surface. The storm is gone, but it left a souvenir in every moving part of my suit. We are heading out to see the damage. The base looks like a red tomb.
The glass is ruined. It's not just dirty, it's physically eroded by the impact.
The shadow node worked, but it didn't stop the settling. We've created a sand trap.
If we can predict where the dust falls, we can build the base to clean itself.
Clean energy on Mars is a constant battle against a few microns of dust.
These shrouds are a temporary fix. We need the entry shadow node to be our permanent door.
We survived the first test, but the Martian winter is coming, and the storms will only get bigger.
Every swirl of dust is a reminder. Mars is trying to reclaim the space we've built.
Mission Control, we have successfully mitigated the airlock jam. The entry shadow node is our next priority.
Tomorrow, we start building the clean gateway. Mars won't stop us.
Another soul, another battle with the regolith. Let's build that corridor.
The air is cold, but the sun is up. It's time to move the heavy steel. To build a permanent home, we must master moving heavy weight through red dust. On this planet, a half-millimeter hole is a highway for an abrasive disaster. Gravity here is our friend when moving steel, but it's our enemy when things start to drift. The mesh slows the wind, forcing the dust to drop before it ever hits the airlock door.
Even the smallest gap becomes a sandblaster. We seal everything, or we lose everything.
Look at that. The wind is bypassing us completely. We've carved a sanctuary out of the storm. We need to see the storm coming. Blindness is the first step toward disaster on Mars.
From this window, we will watch the very storms that tried to kill us.
This is more than a corridor. It's a buffer between life and the abyss.
Numbers don't lie. We've reduced mechanical wear by nearly 10 times.
The wind is changing direction. Our shadow node might become a wind tunnel.
The wind has flipped 180 degrees. Our shield is now acting like a funnel. It's stuck. The wind pressure has locked the release mechanism. Hook is set. Pull it down before it rips the anchors out of the rock.
The rock is giving way. Everyone get back into the gap.
The shield is gone, but we still need to get back inside. This zone is a death trap now. We are fighting for every centimeter. The door won't open if we don't clear this drift.
One, two, pull! It's open. Move, move, move!
Hold it. If you let go, the pressure will blow the seal before it locks. We're in. But the clean zone is a loss. We have to start over from scratch.
We designed for one wind, but Mars has two. We need a shield that can pivot.
If we can't beat the wind, we'll use it to protect ourselves.
We move tonight. The wind will drop for 2 hours before the morning gust. Working in the dark is twice as dangerous, but it's our only chance to beat the clock.
The old site is a graveyard. We build higher this time, on the solid basalt cap. This pivot will allow the shield to face the wind, no matter which way it blows.
It's working. It's already seeking the wind, like a sail in a red ocean.
The dynamic shadow node is active. Tomorrow we let the wind do the work.
Another soul, another survival. The airlock is our most precious machine.
It's moving. It's moving. The vane is tracking the wind perfectly. We've finally adapted.
The airlock is safe. Now we can focus on growing something more than just sand.
The big one is coming. This will be the ultimate test for our rotating shield.
The vane is doing its job. The airlock isn't even rattling this time.
We've stopped fighting Mars. We're finally learning how to live with its wind.
Tomorrow, we go out and see the world we've finally mastered. Good night, Mars.
We have our entry. We have our air. Now, we have our future.
For the first time, our suits aren't crying from the sand. The vane works.
It's a miracle. We didn't have to shovel a single kilogram of sand this morning.
If this vein stays alive, we can finally stop being janitors and start being explorers.
This is where we plant the first seeds. Protected by the rocks, fueled by the sun.
Every hole we drill into this rock is a tether to a future that isn't red and dead. The connection is the key. The greenhouse must share the same airlock shadow. It's solid. It can handle the pressure of an atmosphere and the weight of the dust.
Sol 214 is ending. We've built the bones of a garden in a place where nothing grows.
The air tastes clean. No smell of dust, no smell of burnt metal. Just home.
We did it. We've turned the Martian wind into a broom that cleans our door.
The airlock is jammed no more. Tomorrow, we grow the first green on this red rock.
The wind was just the beginning. The ground is opening up. We aren't safe yet.